Today I'm going to flip through and review another fashion illustration book that I own called Fashion Illustration and Design, and it's by Manuela Brambatti. The beginning of this book is a very basic tutorial on drawing the fashion model. I do like that it starts very simply and builds, and it covers the front pose, the three-quarter pose, the profile, the rear view, the three-quarter rear pose, and then a few pages of more complicated poses. And then it quickly moves on to the face. And I don't find this section particularly comprehensive. It kind of then moves right on to drawing models. But I do like this section where, again, it builds from very simple figure, and this time it goes all the way through to rendering clothes in marker. And this book, I think, really the strength of it is rendering clothing. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's really a book about learning to draw the model. It goes through all different kinds of dresses, the evening gown, and then it covers a lot on color, how to render a black dress, how to render a white dress, covers tufted material and knits. This is a really good section on how to render different textures of knits, of fabric. It goes through pinstripes, twill, plaid. So like I say, this book, I think the bulk of it is really not so much tutorials on how to draw the figure, but on how to render clothing, particularly it seems like in marker. Covers fur, and then it goes into draping, which I think could be really useful. Tulle and netting, leather and satin and shiny fabrics. So if you're looking for something on how to draw, this might not be the best book for you. But if you're looking on how to render the clothing and create different fabrics with, particularly with marker, this book, the bulk of this book is, I would say, about that. And then the second half of the book, it changes a little bit, and it gives just a whole bunch of different examples. It has a little section on accessories and jewelry. It goes into ideas for a collection. This is like ideas for like tarot card collection. I don't find this section, you may find it useful. I particularly don't really love the second half of this book. I don't quite understand it. It doesn't seem to fit with the first half of the book. But nonetheless, that's just my opinion. It goes through some different designers, Versace, and kind of just gives examples. And then it gets into home collection, which I find kind of out of place for this book. I'm not sure why they included this. It's a small section, and it just doesn't seem to fit with the rest of the book. So overall, I like this book. I don't love it. I think the first half is way more useful than the second half. And like I say, if you're looking for something to learn how to render clothing in marker, I think you would find this book much more helpful than I did. And that is Fashion Illustration and Design by Manuela Brambatti.